Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Wednesday. Welcome to Hand Lettering Happy Hour. How is everybody doing as you're jumping on? Say hello. Let me know you're watching in the chat. Today, I thought it would be fun to use this template from the Happy Lettering Club template library. This is one of the April templates, and it was my favorite one. And so I've been wanting to create something with it. And I found some scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby, and I think I'm going to just make something with the two of these. So welcome, and thanks for watching. Hey, Carissa, how are you doing? I'm going to zoom my camera out just a little bit so you can kind of see a larger view of what I'm going to be doing. I started doing this before I hit live and I disconnected my camera, so I wanted to have it ready, but it's not. So, all right. Hey, Miss Lisa, how are you? Hey, Juanita. Okay, so I absolutely love this template and I have so many different ideas for it. But I found this scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby and it really matched the sign that we did for Sign Maker Society for the month. And so I was trying to think of a cute little project to do with it. And I don't know, I'm going to just kind of toss something together and hopefully it will inspire you and give you some ideas on things that you can create yourself. Hey, Deb, thank you so much for watching. Hey, Marisa. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Colleen. Sorry, hopefully everybody got the text alert today. I'm just trying to keep y'all on your toes, that's all. Sorry that it accidentally went out yesterday. We have, it's been a little bit crazy, but just know that on Wednesdays at 12:30, unless you hear otherwise, I will always do a live on my main page. And usually I'm crafting something from the Happy Lettering Club, like a template or something, but not always. Sometimes I do other things. So this is what template I'm going to be using. And I just kind of shrank it down just a little bit because I wanted it to fit on this 8x10 canvas panel. So I'm going to be painting the back of this and hand lettering on this. And then I'm going to take a 12x12 canvas panel and we're going to Mod Podge this on here and then put it all together. I just I almost think this would be really cute, just black and white, even just taking the paper and like tearing the paper around and just Mod Podging it just right on top of the sign. I actually think that looks pretty cute, doesn't it? Maybe we'll try doing that, and just so you can get a visual of that, but then we'll hand letter it on the board. So I was trying to kind of figure out my colors. I have several different paint pens because I had a lot of ideas, but I think I'm going to settle on red lettering and maybe this color for the flowers. I don't know. This is one of those designs where I feel like I had like so many different ideas for, and it's like, which idea do I choose? So we're gonna create one idea with it today. Lisa, this was a single paper, and the scrapbook paper at Hobby Lobby is 40% off this week. So this was 69 cents, the paper source. So it was whatever half of that is, 30 something cents, 35, 34 and a half. And I just saw it and thought, wow, that's so pretty. Like it matches this sign that we did in the Sign Maker Society so well. Hey, Jan. So I'm just excited. I wish I had gotten 2 pieces of it because, like I said, I had lots of ideas for it. I also thought this butterfly that we're doing in the Sign Maker Society, like, look how pretty that would look just in the corner of that. Like if you put it on a sign together. I don't know the colors. I have a lot of ideas for that. I also had an idea. Y'all wanted me to create a bigger butterfly in the Sign Maker Society, so we did. I also thought this would look really pretty behind, like Mod Podging it to the back of the butterfly so that the top of the butterfly, would be black and you could see this through it. I thought that would be really pretty too. So I'm just tossing these ideas out there for you guys that are in the Sign Maker Society. If you want to run a Hobby Lobby and get some of this scrapbook paper, I have lots and lots of ideas for it that will coordinate with our April sign. Hey, Miss Heather, how are you? Hey, Jennifer. I appreciate y'all being here today with me. I needed some of this live in my bones today. It's just been I've just been tired and all of the things. So I'm just going to take this plastic off. These canvas panels I got at Hobby Lobby as well. They came in packs of like 4 or 5. You could get the scrapbook paper 12 by 12 canvas and an 8 by 10 canvas all for under $10. Or right around there to do this project. And then you would still have canvas panels left over to do some other things. So it's a very inexpensive craft, very easy, very doable. I also got this at Hobby Lobby. I was originally gonna take this and cut it down and Mod Podge it onto the frame, which I also think would look really pretty. So I kind of, and then put this panel on top of it like that. So I'm kind of torn. Y'all tell me, do you think I should do it in the frame or just on the panel? On the panel's nice because you can just literally like prop it up anywhere. Hey, Lynn. I don't know. The only thing with this is just cutting it exact to get it to fit, because sometimes these signs are not, they're not exactly symmetrical. I'll say that. Deb said on the panel, Marisa said both. You can't do both because I only have one scrapbook paper, but you could get a visual of what it would look like on the frame. But I just think, I don't know. The panel tends to be easier. I can save this to paint maybe on. Just gonna put that aside. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take our panel here, and again, this is 12 by 12. It's going to fit the scrapbook paper just perfectly. So it's going to be very easy project as far as that's concerned. So I'm going to get my Mod Podge here. Let me grab a sponge. We'll get a little sponge brush here. Hey, Trisha, how are you? Okay, and so I'm just going to use some matte Mod Podge. I also picked this up at Hobby Lobby. I guess you would need this in paint too, but you could also, if you didn't want to Mod Podge, here's another idea. I always have this like glue dot runner tape that you can get like in the scrapbook section. You could also take this and just run it across these edges and just take this and just glue it straight on there so that you didn't have to worry about Mod Podging. It's just really quick and easy. That's what I was going to do on the canvas sign. So you could do that if you wanted to switch them out. That's another really good idea to do. And part of me is really thinking, maybe I should do that. Because it would be pretty easy. Okay, let me open this just a second. But the Mod Podge would keep it more permanent. I think the tape would be more of a temporary thing. Okay. Ooh, that's runny. Okay, so I'm going to take this Mod Podge here and a sponge. We're just going to I usually like to use a roller brush when I'm doing the Mod Podge on it, like a larger surface. I think like a little roller brush gets that gets that Mod Podge on faster so that it doesn't dry in between, you know, like while you're coating it all. Sometimes if you don't put enough on there, it starts drying, or if you don't do it fast enough, it starts drying pretty quickly. So you got to move fast on this part. All right. Seems as if I have a lot left over. Okay, I'm going to take this and line this up. Again, this is a 12 by 12 canvas panel that I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to start from the middle. Just kind of work my way until it's flat. Whoop. Then I'm going to get my little squeegee and just go from the middle to the end. This paper is just so bright and beautiful. I love it. I went to Hobby Lobby, when was it? Monday. And the scrapbook aisle got me again, y'all. I was going there for a project that I needed scrapbook paper for. But then I started looking at all the scrapbook paper. And of course, it was 40% off, so I had to get some. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. The scrapbook paper gets me every time. I just can't help it. It's like I haven't even used all the scrapbook paper I have last time I went, but you know, it's fun. Hey, Miss Valerie. Deb said they just got a new Hobby Lobby much closer than her old store. Oh, that's so nice. Since we moved, Hobby Lobby's a little further away from me, so I have to take a good 20-minute trip. Well, it's probably 25 minutes, maybe, or so. Maybe a little longer than that. So that's a bummer, but also it's good because then I don't go as often and I don't spend as much money. So there's a few little bubbles in here, but they'll calm down, and you can't see it because of the floral design. Isn't that so pretty? All right, so I'm going to let this dry. Real quick here. My lid back on my Mod Podge. Okay, so now we're just going to set this aside here, but just Mod Podge this on a 12 by 12 canvas, both from Hobby Lobby. Oh, Heather, you're so sweet. Thank you. I had a shirt, the shirt that I wore last week for this video, and it was like that bright, like chartreuse yellow. And my daughter messaged me. She was like, "You're definitely a spring with all the bright colors," because we're just talking about like what colors look best on you. Are you like a fall or a winter or spring or summer? And I've never, you can pay money to get tested like with your skin type and stuff to just know what colors look best on you. And one time we were talking about it, and I was like, I don't know what colors are best on me. So she messaged me. She's like, you're definitely a spring. But I would feel like bright colors are more summer and not spring. Hey, Marilyn. Okay, so I'm just trying to decide what color of yellow. I don't think it matters. I want to just do this a super, super, super pale yellow. This is a little more pale than what is in the design, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I'm just trying to get just a very light color on there. So this is Lemonade by Folk Art. So I'm just going to paint this canvas background with a little lemonade. I would use a sponge brush, but I used my sponge brush for the only one I had over here for my my Mod Podge. And this may actually end up being darker than what I want. So if it is, I will lighten it up with a little bit of white. So I'm just doing this to get the edges. I'm making a mess here, but that's okay. So are y'all enjoying some spring weather where you are? It is really pretty here this week. I think it's supposed to rain on Easter, so that stinks. But we'll see. Maybe it won't rain all day. Okay, so it's a very pale yellow. So we're gonna dry this here. Hey Kim, how are you? It is just so nice and sunny outside. So I'm here for it. I'm ready for spring, ready for summer, ready for all the things. So tell me what y'all have going on for Easter. Has anybody got any Easter plans? Do you get together with family? We are gonna get together at my cousin's house and have the kids do some Easter egg hunting, go to church, all that kind of good stuff. We always get together on Easter and it's always so fun. I always look forward to it. Abby's the last, my cousins have little kids, but everybody else in the family, all their kids are older. So like I have to go to my cousin's house so that Abby has some little kids to spend, to go Easter egg hunting with. Valerie's going to Disneyland. Fun. I know it did rain the last few Easters. Ugh. I hope it's not. I hope it doesn't rain, Lynn. It says rain in the morning. Marilyn gets to see her 2 great grandchildren this weekend. That's exciting, Marilyn. I'm excited because my daughter, my 19-year-old, she's coming into town on Friday and she's gonna spend the weekend with us. So I'm so excited because I miss her. I haven't seen her since Christmas. My other daughter is in Spain, so she just has to spend Easter with her friends. She won't be here. I'm going to put some of this yellow paint back into this container here because I poured out way too much and I don't want to waste it. So we will miss my oldest daughter, but at least my other 2 will be here. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I see Abby all the time, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. Let me get a little bit of white. I want to brush a little bit of white on here. I don't know. Let me think. I don't want it to be like so dark yellow. Brush a little bit, just a little bit of white on here just to kind of tone her down. One of these days I'm going to fall out of my chair reaching over. It's not going to be pretty. I'm just going to put a little bit of white on here. And take this brush here and just do some dry brushing on here just to kind of, I do this a lot to kind of lighten the color up a little bit, add some texture. And then let's go this way with it. That scrapbook paper kind of has a canvasy look to it. It's like a watercolor, and it looks like it's got like some canvas effects to it. So this will tie in well. I've never done a design where I've done like yellow and I've done like red lettering when it hasn't been like Valentine's Day or Christmas or something. I don't think I've ever used red lettering on a spring sign before, but it just, all those bright colors in that scrapbook paper, they just all go together so well. So red, I think, will look good. I'm just trying to kind of blend this in where it's not like, where I don't see as much. I know it's hard for y'all to see, but can you see that? How there's just some like streaky little lines on there? It adds a little bit of dimension, but also tones down the color. And so a lot of times when my colors are brighter than I want, I mean, you could take it and mix some white with it, but I like the look of this and the background that it adds. And if you ever wanted to, there are some like, see if y'all can, if I can get a good view of this. Tends to do good when I block that light. There are some like harsher lines, like see this one right here is just a little bit darker. If you wanted to, you could also then let it dry a little bit and take the original color, a little bit of that original color, and go back over it, and it kind of just blends that in a little bit. Of course, then you're making the sign a little bit darker again, but maybe mix the two together. Okay, I know it's hard on camera because y'all can't really see what I'm doing. Okay. I think that is good. It's just gonna give us a little bit. You can see how it's just a little textured. All these lights always make everything bright, but it's just a little pale yellow, and that is what we are gonna do our design on. So I'm gonna dry this and then get my graphite paper and my template. This was probably my favorite template that I did in the lettering, the template library for the Happy Lettering Club. This is probably my favorite one. And there's so many different ways that I feel like I want to make this sign. So if I can get around to it, I'm going to make it a bunch of different ways. Deb said she is studying on her new iPad and trying to learn some Procreate, then dinner with her 93-year-old young neighbor. Sounds like a good day, Deb, for Easter. Krista said they always do Easter on Saturday at the park and cook out, play kickball, cornhole, etc. But you're getting rained out this year. I know. Why does it have to rain? Hey, Leanne, why does it got to rain on Easter? Hopefully, maybe it'll change. You know, the weather's very fickle and it's always changing. Okay, so here is the template I printed out. Again, I kind of, it's in the template library, it's a little bit bigger, so I just kind of scaled it down just a little bit. Not much, but I'm just gonna kind of try to center it with this board. And if you press your fingers down like this, you can kind of get the outline to kind of get a visual of what it's going to look like and if it's lined out. If it's lined out straight and even. I'm just going to clip it on here and then get my graphite paper and trace it. So shiny side down on your graphite paper if you're new to templates. And then I'm just going to trace this on. It's like every time I look at this template, I envision something in my head, like colors that I feel like it should be. But then when I go to like try to think about that, I can't decide. It feels like when I look at it, I see yellows and oranges and reds. But I also think it would be really pretty on maybe a blue background with white lettering. Would be really pretty. Okay, let's do our flowers. here. And because I did this board is yellow, there's a chance that this graphite paper will leave some marks on here. So they should just erase off. So I'll get an eraser and just erase those before I get started. I'm just tracing these lines. I like to go kind of to the inside just a little bit, because if you go all the way to the outside, you know you're going to go all the way to the outside with your marker. But if you go slightly to the inside, you should kind of get it pretty close to the same width, if that makes sense. Like if I did this all the way to the outside, then I'm going to draw all the way to the outside with my marker, and it's going to make it even fatter, which is okay. But sometimes if words are really close together, you know, that could cause a problem. So I always just kind of go to the inside just a little bit when I'm tracing. And it always looks like a shaky mess when you have your graphite on here. It's not all, you know, perfect, but the outline is good enough for me to be able to trace over it. So I'm going to use, so first I want to see if I have, let me grab an eraser. There's a couple of little spots where I know that my template rubbed. So I always just do this before I start marking on it with the paint pen. That way I don't have to worry about going around the paint pen or anything or smearing it. So if you get any graphite smudges, just go ahead and erase those up before you get started. Okay. All right. That's close enough. All right. So I'm going to use, I wanted to test these colors out real quick. Abby's been in my Posca, so they look just, it's just got paint everywhere. The Posca reds are kind of an orangey red. I think that one's going to be good. So I just wanted to kind of check before I use it. Usually I don't want the orangey red. I want like the, you know, bold red. But for this, I think the orangey red is going to be good because it's going to be a good spring color that will go really good with this. Yes, Marisa. Marisa said a minty green or emerald green would be pretty too. I love that. Leanne, like here's this green is really pretty. With that. That would be really pretty with white lettering. Hey, Vicki. You've been watching while you're getting ready to go get your sister from the hospital. Well, we are glad that you are spending some of your day with us, and hopefully you get her and get her home safely. Leanne said, is there a Hello Spring template? In the templates, I found some rounds at the Dollar Tree. I was going to make some door hangers, maybe spring, summer. There is a Hello Spring in there. It's the one that we did for the workshop, but it is in there. And there might be some Happy Springs in there. There's a lot of spring ones in there, Leanne. So hopefully you'll find it. Okay, I'm going to just go over these with the red. Yep. I went a little bit too far over on that one. And you can see a little bit of the lines, the graphite lines through here, but you probably hit it with the second coat. And it will cover it up. I just think there's many color combos that would look really good with this. But since I'm using that scrapbook paper, I'm trying to match that. I feel like my pen keeps like pulling to the side. Surely it couldn't be my arm doing it. Okay, so there's that part. And then now we're going to do and if you've watched me for any amount of time, you know I twist and turn my stuff around as I'm going. So I can kind of just straighten out any of these like shaky lines. And going slow is the key. This paint pen's really been through some tough times. It's time to, I need to renew all my, or replace all my Posca, all my colored paint pens, because I have had these since about 2020. Did you know that you can take the tip of your Posca and turn it around, put it back in here? The other side was getting really frayed, and it's causing me to mess up a little bit here. So I just flipped it around. And now it should be a little bit more even, because after a while, like when you're rubbing on when you're using the paint pens a lot, it will kind of get like a little groove in here. You know how when you use lipstick, like it starts out a certain shape, and as you use it more, like it either gets more flat on one side or something like that. So your paint pens will do that too. Oh, good, Heather. So flipping it over will help, like, you know, it will make your lettering better, because sometimes when it gets that like groove in it, it will kind of pull your paint pen a certain way when you're lettering. So you can also buy replacement tips, but I don't know that it would be cost effective. Like it'd probably be just as cheap to just get new pens. But I guess depending on how many you had. But these last a really long time. I mean, I think I ordered a bunch right before in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, and I don't think I've replaced them since. And I don't use them all of the colors every day. And Abby's gotten in here and used a lot of them, like for rock painting, or she'll paint canvases with them. But they really have lasted a very long time, because that's 5 years ago. And so I'm just going around and just kind of smoothing out these curves. And see where I got kind of some paint off to the side of that O. So I'm gonna go over that again. Make this just a little wider to cover it. So I always do this to all of my signs as I paint them. I just will go back over lettering and just kind of fix any curves. I rarely will just letter something one time and just feel like it's, you know, all perfect without going and, you know, just kind of touching up some of these little spots. So I spoke too soon on saying this has lasted forever. Let me see, a few more little spots here. It feels so sunny and happy. That yellow. And if you feel like you can see those graphite lines, you can just kind of go back over them again. Sometimes I like to just not worry about it or add a little bit of, probably add some white through the middle of these. To help kind of hide that. Okay. There's that. Let me fix this. No, again, it's hard for y'all to see all the details of things that I'm doing, but I'm just kind of going back and, like, you know, going over some of the lines that I don't feel like were super straight. Okay, so now I'm trying to look at my paint pens because I think I'm going to do, I have this green pulled out. I think I want to add, let's try this because I'm going to do my flowers like this color, I think. Because this color is the same color that is in here. And since I have the little paint pen, I'm going to do that. Carissa said she's tried this lemonade color. Is that what you were talking about? Color, lemonade color? Oh, no. Y'all are going up to the Chick-fil-A. It is the pineapple dragon fruit lemonade. Okay, so I've been wanting to try that. I went to Chick-fil-A on Monday when I went to Hobby Lobby, but I didn't get that. So maybe I need to go do that today. Maybe I need a little goodness from Chick-fil-A. That sounds really good. Except for it's so far for me to go to Chick-fil-A. Just trying to scratched off some of that paint there. That looks pretty. You can always go back through and add a little darker green to it if I need to. I thought about doing the flowers orange, but I also really like that blue color. Okay, that's cute. So I was going to do this. I think that will look better. Just give it a little bluish color. I do. That sounds really good, Leanne. I'm going to be thinking about that all day now. And be like, I need to go to Chick-fil-A. Okay. Sometimes just a good old lemonade or just a good drink like that just makes your whole afternoons better. I'm trying to decide whether I want to just leave these outlined or fill them in. So I'm going to outline them first. And then I'll decide if I want to fill them in. How cute is that? Do y'all think I should fill the flowers in or leave? There's something about them being outlined like that that I feel like is cute, but also I probably should have outlined the leaves and I didn't do that. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. And then I think I'm going to take this blue and do these accents. So I didn't draw on these little lines here. I'm just going to take the blue and just kind of go and put it where these lines are on the template, because I don't really need to trace that part. I kind of just added these in random spots. That was a little not so straight. That's so cute. Sue says she likes them just outlined. I do too, Sue. Leanne, yeah, this is just a canvas, an 8x10 canvas panel here. And then I got a 12x12 canvas panel and this 12x12 scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby here. And so that's what I'm going to use for my background. I got red. I got red paint right there. So let me put a little white on that. I had it on my finger. Let me dry that real quick and then put a little bit more. I didn't plug in my hot glue gun. I'm going to have to go plug that in so I can finish this. Let me add a little bit more. Gotta touch that up. Let me plug my glue gun in really fast so we can attach this to the panel there and see what it looks like. Okay, I think that, so it's gonna go on that just like that, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit of white to these letters. And I'm just gonna use this like charcoal white pencil. It's like the big pencils that you, when you were learning how to write. Those big old fat pencils. I'm just gonna take this. Usually I do my paintbrush, but this is sometimes easier, I think. Putting a little bit of hard for y'all to see, I'm sure, but it's just adding a little bit of lighter. It's not working so well. Maybe, let's see if it works good. Why aren't you working? Usually works really good on black, but I guess maybe just on the red. Oh well, let's see. I'll use my paintbrush. I'm gonna get a little bit of white on this little teeny tiny brush here. And I'm just gonna do some little accents here. Just barely brushing a little bit through the middle. And this really helps hide the graphite lines from tracing it. And so just the key is just to get a teeny tiny little brush, as little as possible, and just put a tiny bit of paint on it, not very much at all. The more paint you put on it, the darker those accent lines are going to be. They're going to be harsher. So just a tiny bit, and I'm just barely kind of brushing the very tips of the brush where I'm not pressing down hard at all. Just kind of running those tips through here. And if you don't like it, if you do it and you don't like it, you can always go just back over it with a paint pen. So it's not, you know, big deal. Now I'm going to go through here. Just like that. And it just kind of softens it up just a bit. You could even do like some rubbing of some color like around this edge if you wanted to. I think it would look cute doing some, I don't know, like maybe some browns, or what other color would look good, just kind of across the edge. I think probably some like darker brown. You wouldn't want to do too much, but, and it's just going to go right in the middle of the panel, just like that. But before I put it on there, while I'm waiting for that hot glue to dry, I mean to dry, to warm up, I'm going to try this idea, because I'm just going to take this template here and I want to see what this is going to look like. So I'm just going to take this and tear it. Around the edge. Ooh. Okay, because I was thinking that you could even take this panel. I was even thinking this would look really cute, just torn. I would like to kind of tear it a little closer. But even if you just glued that on there, like I got a little bit close to the Y right there, but you could even make yourself a cute little sign like that without even just using this template as a printable. I wish I wouldn't have got so close to there, but let's see if we can kind of match this side to that, since I can't put it back. You could even print this on a colored piece of cardstock. That would even be cute too. And then just tear it and then just glue it like that. That's so cute. I even just like that. I'm gonna have to take a picture of it just like that so I can remember what it looked like in case I want to do this again. I really like the way that black pops. What do you guys think about, do you like the way that black and the white kind of stand out on here? Like I almost just wonder if I should have just done like an oval shape kind of thing. Do I have any oval shaped things, like an oval shape on here on a piece of wood, and done like a white background and done even like some, I don't know, I kind of like that black lettering. Marisa says, can you give me some ideas on how to make paint less thick if it's brand new? Marisa, I like to put, you could mix some of this Liquitex. This is a matte fluid medium, and I get it from Hobby Lobby, but you can get it at, you know, something comparable at Walmart or on Amazon, and it thins out your paint a little bit. You could kind of add some of that to it and shake it up and see if that helps. I think that would work. You could put a little bit of water with it too, but this will thin it out without messing up with the opacity of it, and it works good. Lisa says she likes the black and white. I know, I kind of do too. I mean, we made this, but I like the black and white. So let's take a picture of what this looks like on here, just so I have it for reference. And I'm gonna get far away. I kind of like the oval shape too, as just a different contrast to that. Well, that's kind of cute. I did use my pencil lines on here. I mean, I did mark it with pencil lines. So I think that I might want to print out another one. Let's see if I can print out another one real quick. 1 second. Let's print out another one real fast, and then that way y'all can see it all put together. I'm supposed to be teaching y'all different ways to use your hand lettering, but instead showing you how to make this a printable. But it's just one more way that you can use it, these templates. Okay, so I just scaled it down just a little bit. I'm going to print it out, and then we'll try. I wish I had an oval piece of wood. That would be really cute. I think she needs to be on an oval, but we'll print this out and see what happens. So I'm just waiting on my printer real quick. Lisa likes the black and white. Kim says she loves this paper, so pretty, loves the black lettering. I know, for once, like, I think a lot of times y'all, I'm always the one going to the black all the time, but I think that I'm so excited that y'all like the black and white for once. I kind of think it looks cute with the paper torn too. It just kind of gives it a little character. Let's see what this looks like. And you know, you can print this out on heavier like cardstock or like thicker paper, so it doesn't have to be on this. Okay. I wish I could use my little tool, but it's not round. But maybe I can just kind of move it around. Marilyn likes the yellow square. I'm not going to commit to either one. We're going to use both. I'm going to take pictures of both. Let's see if I can make this work here. I'm first going to do this. This is just like a tearing tool. I got on Amazon. Tearing ruler, I think that's what it's called. And then I think we can kind of round out these edges. Y'all watch me struggling here. Obviously, I could tear it, but without using this, but let's see if I can just do that. Let's see. Come on. Just trying to make kind of an oval design. I don't have any kind of an oval stencil to use. So this is what we do as crafters, right? We just use our creativity to make it work. Let's just tear this. And tear that. There we go. Let's see. Well, it probably needs to be a little more curved, but you get the gist. I think that kind of looks cute. Okay, so here's one idea here. I can't just let it go. I gotta try to. Gotta curve it out just a little bit more. Y'all are probably like, you probably got a better idea of how I can do this, but I'm just tearing it. Okay. You know, I could finish cutting it all the way, but you get it. So there's one way to do it. And you could just either use this tape here, this Dot Glue runner here, and just tape it down. That would, I think, be the best way to do it. That's so cute. That way, if I had an oval piece of wood, I could also put this template on there, which I might try to go find, or I guess I don't have to go find it. I could have Andy cut it out, like just an oval that would be that right size. That would be really good because then it would fit just perfectly right there, I think. So there's the white and the black. And then here is the yellow and the red. So I think both of those would look really cute. Decker. What were you, Patricia? Meaning for that? I missed that. I missed that part of the conversation. Sue is with Marilyn. They like the yellow. I think it's cute. I think honestly, like both ways, it's really cute. And you could just hot glue that right there. You got your canvas and it's just fun and springy. And then you could even like get a frame, a 12 by 12 frame, and put it in a 12 by 12 frame. Would be really cute. Or you can just lean it up against something. A lot of times I like to like put stuff like this and just lean it against my mantle. Oh, okay, a Decker ruler. I figured you might have been talking about something with a ruler. I'll have to look that up. I need that. Yeah, or you could even poke holes in it and put a really big ribbon on here. I might do that. I might poke 2 holes in here. Or sometimes I'll use like the drill do a drill here and a drill here, and do like a big fluffy like ribbon. Wouldn't that look cute? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm sold on that. I'm gonna just go ahead and glue this since I have that. Since I have that idea now. And then that way I can show y'all. I can take a picture of it hanging. And you can see the final product. Let's see. And then I'll just spray this with some spray sealer. I did not do a layer of Mod Podge back on top of this paper. I probably won't. Just, I don't know. I might also just take a little sandpaper and go around these edges here. If I was going to hang this outside, obviously I would. But I might just run some Mod Podge over this, but I will also spray seal it because I'm not going to put Mod Podge over the yellow. I want to use a spray sealer so that it doesn't smear my markers. And you know what else we got to add is we got to add some glitter, y'all. Oh, here, I can do this. Let's take some of these, my Sparkle Pop pen. And let's add a little shimmer to this. I knew it needed something else. So I'm just gonna outline these. And then maybe we can just run a little bit over here. You could also use like some of the glitter opal medium if you wanted to on the lettering. That would look really pretty too. I want to do it in the letters, but I'm not going to. Should I do it in the letters? Maybe I should do it in some silver in the letters. Let's see what that looks like. Not hard to see. There. Okay, the silver looks really good on the red. Because it doesn't look silver, it just kind of looks a little white. So these are glitter gel pens, so I need to be careful that I don't rub my hand through it, but this just adds a little shimmer. So we'll add some spray sealer across the top of the sign to kind of seal this canvas in here. And then I'm going to drill some holes in the top corners and run some ribbon through it. And hang it up. Let's put a little silver here too. I know you can never see it in the video, but you can kind of see how it's a little shimmery there. And if you wanted to like kind of pull it into everywhere else, you could even, you know, add some of it just in various spots on here just to kind of, you know, blend it in. I think that looks really pretty. It's going to look really pretty all put together. Sue says glitter. Yes. I think the glitter will be great. And then even just adding that ribbon. And even if you didn't have a drill to drill in these corners here, you could also just add, you know, you could just hot glue the ribbon to the back and just, you know, hang it like that. I think that would be cute too. You could even tie a knot, hang the knot, glue the knot here. That way there's like a little bit of like some ribbon poking out right here. So yeah, I will take a picture of this and post a picture of it. when I'm done. But this would even be cute, even if you didn't add all the things, and just putting it on just on a little stand. I have this little stand here, and you could just put this on here and display it. Where am I going? Just like that. So, sorry. So I have to move the opposite direction, and sometimes that's confusing to do. So I think that turned out really, really cute. I love it. And I think it's going to look really cute, all with the ribbon on it. So that's the lesson for today. And I'm going to sand these edges just a tiny bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it gave you guys some inspiration to create something. And if you are in any of my groups and you create something with this template, or if you're in the Happy Lettering Club and you create something with this template, post it in the group so we can see all the different, I like to see all the different ways that you can create with this stuff. So with the templates. All right. Well, you guys have a good Wednesday. I am, Sue says she's at her son's house this week going crazy and she doesn't have all her supplies. I know. Sue, isn't that when like the most creativity will hit you too? Is like when you can't create? Like I always feel like on the days that I have something like that I have to go do, or, you know, that I can't be at home, those are the days that like the inspiration will hit me. And I'm just like, I just want to craft. That's okay, Sue. Keep practicing. It will look better. It will look better if you just keep practicing. Practicing is the best medicine. Okay, well, y'all, I'm gonna have to resist the urge to go to Chick-fil-A and get one of those lemonades today. But I appreciate y'all hanging out today, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.